Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. You know, so far I gotta sit there and say, 2 for 2 on the soaps. Days is good. General Hospital, if you watch this episode, I think it speaks for itself. Let's just hope this trend can continue with the other two. But, going into this episode, Sonny goes to the Quartermains to pretty much make amends, say his goodbyes, because he's getting ready to turn himself in to John to save Christina, right? So he goes down the list. Starts with Dante. You remember Dante, who was acting like a dick? A petty one at that. To Carly, bringing up things that happened years ago. Years ago, right? And after he finished acting like the POS that he is, him and Brooklyn started talking because Brooklyn came in there and Carly left. And Carly was like, you know what, listen, I'm not even going to sit there and fight you. I'm not even going to do the whole back and forth thing because it's not the time for this. And, Sonny comes in and, he tells him, he thanks him for not giving up on him when he was on his meds. And Dante thanks Sonny for when he, you know, went, I don't know, he went to some place or whatever. He was undercover and Sonny came and got him with that kid that name was Dev. You remember that kid that no one really cared about towards the end? Let's be honest, his character was a waste. I think he probably had potential to do stuff, but whatever. So they have their talk, and Sonny's going through a list, makes amends with Lois, and tells Lois to look out for his kids and his family and everything. Goes to Michael, same thing. Thanks him for well, he apologizes pretty much for acting like a dick. And Michael kind of apologizes as well, and they hug it out and they squash it and everything like that. Um, Talks to Carly for a little bit, and towards the end, meets up with John. Now, before this, John, oof, you know, gotta sit there and give credit to Dion. Okay, if you don't know who Dion is, it's GH Envy, right? And he called this out weeks ago. Shout out to him. He is just off the rails, right? He is being a dick to Dex. Um, Tells her to handcuff her. Well, actually, I don't know exactly how this happened. Oh, she was already at the police station. And long story short, he wants her down in that holding cell. I've never been to jail. I've never went to a holding cell. I can't imagine it being like, I don't know, the third layer of hell. So, in a sense, I don't really understand why Christina was like being so extra about like, oh my god, I'm gonna go down to a holding cell. It's like, I'm pretty sure that holding cell is gonna just be you. And most likely you're gonna wind up having Dex with you or some officer or something like that. But like, she's freaking out. Dex is ready, he's ordered to sit there and put on the handcuffs. He's like, listen, just chill out. Because I'm pretty sure he's gonna probably go down there and check on her whenever, he can. So, he handcuffs her, he's about to take her down. Lex is coming there. They're going back and forth. And it's just getting heated. John is not there threatening to, well, one, get her disbarred, two, put her in the damn holding cell. And at this point, Alexis is like, yeah, you do this and I will put you down permanently. That interpretation go anywhere that he wants it to go. So they're going back and forth. They're getting each other's face. Anna comes in there to kind of calm and cool down the situation. And Anna's able to sit there and stall him. Because, John still has to go and pick up Sunny and everything like that. He doesn't have time to sit there and get caught up with paperwork that Anderson did saying you got to file before you get half of this stuff done. So, in knowing that he wants to sit there and get Sunny, he's like, you know what, listen, Christina, you can go home. But no, yo ass, I'm coming for you tomorrow. So he leaves, and I think after Sunny makes the rounds to everyone, goes to meet him at the boathouse. Now it's raining and everything like that. And he's like, where are you and stuff? Sunny comes out. They talk for a little bit. And then Sunny brings out a gun. And John is like, he's looking at the gun and everything like that. It's like, so John, is it a particular reason why you felt you shouldn't have brung back up? Now, Sonny says, he didn't bring back up because he wants to sit there and get the credit. But I'm like, you're dealing with Sonny Corinthos, right? You know who this guy is. You know the deplorable things that he's done, the people that he's killed, and you go there with no backup, dealing with a mobster. Let's just sit there and say, for the sake of argument, it wasn't even Sonny. He decides, I don't know, pick up Joe Scully. Your dumbass is gonna go there by yourself? That makes sense to you? This is how unhinged that he's just gotten. So he pulls out the gun. They talk for a little bit. Sonny does his whole kind of Dom speech about family and everything. Then he shoots him. And then he shoots him again. Okay? I mean, you ever heard the definition? Oh yeah, just put two holes in them. No, he literally did that. First time he shot him, I was like, oh, okay. I was still kind of shocked that he did that. Then he shot him again. Like, when he shot Johnny Zakara a long time ago, he came up with this BS reason. He was like, oh, I want to sit there and give him a chance to live. You're telling me that the local mobster wants to sit there and give the other, I guess, mobster, criminal, whatever, a chance to live? This is what he said to Olivia. I don't know if he still had the hots for her back then, so he just said whatever came to mind. But, that is how you get it done. I know that sounds cold-hearted, but that's the truth of the matter. And like Dion said, these characters start getting so unhinged, start doing things that he's done, that other characters done, especially even on other shows. They about to die. This guy was going to die. The question was, who's going to kill him? People thought it was going to be Christina, genius herself. Once she got home and Alexis had to answer some calls, she heads out. She goes to Sonny's place to get the gun. She knows the password. I don't know how she knows the password. We're just going to skip over that. But she's able to get the gun. So I'm just like, okay, Christina, what are you about to do? You about to do something stupid or whatever? Like, you about to sit there and take him out. So now you really going to go to jail. So you really are just... I mean, she's still stupid. Let's just be real. But, she was actually going to do it. So, yeah. Now, Michael was sitting there talking to Sasha and then talking to Nina. And at some point, he was going to go to the boathouse to wait for her there or whatever. So I'm just like the whole time, and in a lot of ways, it kept me in suspense because I'm just like, is somebody going to intervene? Somebody going to get shot? I'm sitting there thinking all the different ways that this can go wrong. Christina going to get there? Is she going to get shot? Is she going to be the one to do it? And I haven't felt that way in a while. So, kudos, GH. Now, y'all know that when an episode is bad, the rod is not spared. Okay, I've been watching this show since high school. The rod is not spared. For this show, or all the other 3 shows, including characters. When a show is actually good, I give them their props. Now, show had a bit of lag to it. Lucky still being like more like Luke, trying to stall for time, playing cards with the guy, making up some story about he's just there for the money, and he's not about family. He's just about being on the being on the go and everything like that. I feel like some of that may be kind of true. Maybe he did start going like so long without seeing his family because in a lot of ways he started to become like Luke. Now it is kind of a shame because I'm pretty sure at one point he never wanted to be like his dad. He always wanted to be there for his kids. And we have not seen him be there for his kids or his child in a while. And it's like they really kind of retconned his character to the point where he is in a sense kind of like his dad. Um, Now Isaiah does make it to Port Charles. I don't know if Isaiah is actually going to be able to get help. Okay, so you got Ava with this woman. Ava, you should have sat there and listened to Sonny. This is what you get. This isn't the first time that I'm pretty sure Ava should have listened to Sonny and damn near paid the price. Um, but she's being driven by this woman, Agent Boyle, is asking a bunch of questions, and after a while she kind of realizes, oh, this is Route, what was it? Route 41, aka the Pine Barrens. And at this point, she's like, all right, listen, I know that you're not an FBI agent or anything like that. Like, she tries to bribe her. It's like, I'll give you money. And the woman's like, no, it's not about money. She's like, he has something over me, and if I take you out, then I can go free. Ava's like, you can't trust him. Listen, I trusted him. You see where I'm at. So they start fighting over the wheel, and Isaiah's, I guess, crossing the street or something like that, and it looks like he gets hit, but who knows? Alexis realized that Christina's gone, so she's about to go outside, but then there's a storm. Now, while that's going on, you got Drew just being upset and sad about, McConkey's death. And I get that on some level, but then he starts talking about how, this guy was like a mentor to him and he had like this really great friendship that we never got to see. Um, so some of it was kind of lacking. And then he starts talking about Alan, father he never met, and how carrying his last name is like meaning and stuff. I'm just like, oh, it's meaning, right? Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember this Drew ever talking about Alan, not once. Now, if he did, cool, I might have missed it, but I don't remember that. But he's really sad, he's really heartbroken and everything like that, and Drew and Willow's there comforting him and everything like that, and we all know where this is going. So one thing leads to another. And he's all like, listen, I want you and I know you want me. And then they just start kissing. And I'm just wondering if it's going to go all the way. Meanwhile, she's making some calls from Michael, who is worried about her. I'm like, man, poor Michael. You know? Poor Michael. And in a sense, I can see some people being like, did Michael also participated with Willow as far as, cheating behind Chase's Chase's back. See, this is what happens when you start watching all four soap operas. I just confused Chance with Chase. Shame on me. But anyway, he did participate in Willow with the whole sleeping and whatever behind Chase's back. So yeah, that. I don't know how far they're gonna go. There's a point where Nina is with Sasha and they're wondering like, oh, Drew's not here and Willow's not here, and Nina just has that look on her face like, like she's thinking like, I hope those two aren't together. So of course they're gonna be together. Oh, and then the last scene is with Felicia and Maxie and whatever woman that's they're pretending to be Lulu that we can't see. Um, main things is that she can't be on the donors registration list because of her quality of life. So they're just talking about Lulu, and then Dante comes in, and Dante's like, we may not have much longer with um with Lulu, and I'm wondering what is he gonna do with Lulu. There's all sorts of reports, and they're saying that she's coming back. She's gonna be played by so and so. Um, like this timetable just got sped up, so Dante's talking about like they may not have as long. What do you mean, like days, weeks? Like what's gonna wind up happening? Um, the thing about these soap operas is that we never know how long a day is, how long a week is. Um, they can have 3 episodes, and they can literally be a day. And I think that's how they were able to get away with some of the stuff that they get away with. Very curious about how they're gonna have all this stuff come together to save Lulu's life, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Anyway, I feel like that's pretty much about it. In some ways, I am kind of wondering. I get that this was a fake out, right? Sonny Smith is saying his goodbyes, talking to Diane on the phone about, I need you to be with me, I need you on call, and everything like that. Doing all these goodbyes. And then towards the end, he just winds up killing John. So I'm like, what was the whole, tying up loose ends and everything like that? What was all that for? If his whole plan was to wait, I mean, did he just assume that John was going to be by himself? Like, he assumed that John was going to be that stupid? I feel like there's a couple of different ways that this could have went, and there's a part of me that feels that Sonny killing John was a last minute decision. Because you cannot sit there and tell me that he did all his farewells like it was the end just to decide, Sonny Corinthos, I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to sit there and take this dude out. And what was the point of all that? This isn't the first time that Jonah Hospital had decided, spaghetti, we're going to sit there and change something at the last minute, and it may or may not make any sense, but this is what we're going to go with. Remember the Hook Killer? There's probably other stories that I can sit there and think of, but that's the one that just goes to my mind. Anyway, like I said, there's more to sit there and talk about that I'm probably missing. Write it in the comment section. I'll come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We're going to talk about all the shows. General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Bold and Beautiful, and Young and Restless. And with that being said, I'm going to go. Also, if you're not a member, become a member. Not just because it helps out the channel, but I do videos that are specifically for members only. The Kelly Monica one is something that I felt like everybody needed to hear. Part of me is kind of itching to do a part 2. But in the normal type of videos I do for members only, exclusive live streams for members as well. So there's a lot of perks to joining the membership. We had some really good conversations. There's a lot of stuff that I don't always share in these videos and these regular live streams, and I kind of divulge a little bit more. And you never know what's going to wind up happening. You never know who's going to wind up popping through. You never know the kind of stuff that may come out or may not come out. Just saying. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next video.